with
Ultra. MC's Ultra. MC Ultra. MC.
Ced Gee.
Using frequencies and data, I am approximate, leaving revolutions, turning emerging chemistry with deep precise implications. Achieve adversity, explorating, demonstrating, ruling, dominating, igniting, causing friction with nuclear alarm, separates competing bodies from me, the scientist. As I execute, lyricists known as predators, when by stripping high potents and make the penicillin, I will shoot and sort out and stomp every pest. Oh, the rampaging paramedic quotient is my title to inform of the world of such a holocaust, which serve as a purpose, preparing first aid with medical utensils. The wizard said G is advanced with elevation, astonishing with rhythm, plus with
MC's Ultra. MC Ultra. MC Ultra.
Okay, let's get it. It's that hip hop salute hour. Yes, it is, and I'm so honored to give out this week's salute to a real legendary hip hop MC, producer, and member of the Ultramatic MCs, the one and only Ced Gee. Salute, King. Salute to you, Ced Gee, for everything that you have done and contributed to the hip hop culture. Salute. One more time. You earned that, sweetie. Ultramatic MCs consist of 4 members, founded by Kool Keith, Ced Gee, TR Love, and Mo Love. Here are some of Ced Gee's bio. Check it out. Cedric Ced Gee Miller, born 1963 in Bronx, New York, is an American hip-hop producer and rapper, best known as a member of Ultramatic MCs. He received special thanks for his contribution to Boogie Down production, Criminal Minded. Y'all know that song. And he produced Tim Dog's F.K. Compton. Okay, the ... y'all know what it stands for. It's the radio, so I can't say it. Okay, but it's F.K. Compton. This is what Ced Gee's done, y'all. Oh yeah, if you ain't know it, you know it now. It's with great honor to give this hip-hop worldwide salute to the one and only legendary MC, Ced Gee of Ultramatic MCs. Stay tuned, party people, and keep your wine glasses up for Ced Gee. Oh, he'll be back on calling. Until then, DJ K-Wiz. Hold me down, baby.
Definitely in the right place, right? You're listening to the Lioness Roars Wine Glasses Up radio show on Power 104.9 FM. That's right. And this is the one and only DJ, MC, producer, Ced Gee from Ultramagnetic MCs. Peace and love. Well, you know, I grew up in the Bronx, and as we know, the Bronx is famous for many things. Famous people, famous schools, famous athletes, and of course we know famous musicians, including famous DJs like DJ Kool Herc, you know, Grand Wizard Theodore, Grandmaster Flash, you know, famous groups, you know, Furious 5, Cold Crush Brothers, Fantastic Romantic 5 MCs. I could go on and on, but those were kind of like the people who inspired me as far as you know, the hip hop thing. Sneaking off the fire escape from where I lived when my moms and pops would sleep, running over to watch Hurt play when he would come up from Cedric Ave. You know, he would play on over there right off of Davidson Avenue in McCombs near my old junior high school. So I would run over there. Then of course we had the block DJ, which is real quick. That's one thing. You have a lot of DJs like even though my block DJ didn't do it, you know, they used to call him Chuck-a-Luck. But you know, now those people who are doing things around their blocks are calling themselves hip hop legends. You know, so you gotta watch out for that. And then you have the disco DJs who were great, but now they're claiming hip hop. So a lot of people want to hop on the bandwagon. But anyway, so you know, I had that influence. So I was also an athlete. You know, played a lot of basketball, played a lot of basketball up in Philadelphia. You know, played in the Sunny Hill League and a few others. You know, but you know, so I played ball. So I was in me and my brother in front of me. His name is Tony. You know, Anthony, but we call him Tony. Who took all the height from me. You know, he's like 6'4", 6'5". So I was like 5'10". So they always called me Little Miller. So this is where it gets interesting, because when I was in high school, me and my brother, we was kind of involved with of course, the basketball team. So, you know, the athletes, we had a table. We used to sit at the football team on one side, basketball team on the other side. And, you know, we do what we do. You know, we would snap all lunch, listen to flash tapes, cold crush tapes, you know, etc. Yeah, so, but somehow, like what I'm saying, it was just the athletes, you know, but somehow your boy Kool Keith was at our table, and you know, he used to never really say nothing. You know, he used to just be listening to everybody snap, or you know what people call in other parts of the country back then, jonesing. You know, but Keith used to just listen, so he used to always laugh. And then one day, a friend of me and Keith's, my boy Keith was laughing. He said, "What you laughing at?" And, you know, he snapped on Keith until Keith was officially in there. So I met Keith in high school. So, you know, things went on. I transferred from that high school, me and my brother. Keith dropped out. I went to another high school, you know, it was called Benjamin Franklin. It's now Manhattan Center in New York City, New York. So I went to college. So when I came back from college, my brother had started something called Mastermind Productions up in the BX. So he had a little setup there. You know, he had a Juno 106 analog keyboard, and he had the Roland TR 707 drum machine. So, you know, DJ Mo Love is my flesh and blood cousin. So eventually Mo brought his Technique turntables and his Gemini mixer over to the crib, because my aunt, my late aunt, love her with all my heart, she didn't want any kind of music played in her house at any kind of volume. So Mo would spend most of the time over in the Bronx with us, and we would put them on to the break beats, and that's how I started DJing. So then my brother and the late Scott LaRock, who I grew up with on the West Bronx, he was like an older brother. My brother, who I went to high school with, him and Scott was like, you know, the same age. So he was like considered like a big brother to me. So they used to always tell me, you know, because Mo and us, we had a little DJ crew called the People's Choice Crew. It was me, myself, DJ Mo Love, and about 8 other DJs from Brooklyn. So it was a bunch of DJs. So my brother and Scott used to say, hey, you know, you need to take this a little more serious. You know, there's a lot of people now making real money off of this. You don't have to keep doing these little house parties with 10 DJs and your share comes out to be $25, $50. But, you know, that also shows you that we was loving what we did. But anyway, so when I finally decided to step up my game, my brother and his partner, Keyboard Money Mike, they was working with a bunch of groups, you know, R&B and hip-hop. And the two prominents were this group called the Celebrity 3, which consisted of what people call the great blast master KRS-One, and he had 2 other partners, and then Kool Keith, and he had a partner. So what happened was Scott had told my brother that he was now going to go hard and he needed a dope MC. So my brother told him to come up and check out the Celebrity 3. When Scott saw them, he said, yeah, they dope, but you know, I just want one MC, and you know, and of course Chris was the best out of the 3. So that's how Scott started working with KRS-One. And then Keith, partner, was somebody, he was a talented brother, but he thought he was better than what he was. And it frustrated Keith, so Keith was ready to give it up. So I told Keith, no, because I was actually their DJ. So I said, well, look, I want to start rapping, so, just help me out a little bit on that tip. And, and also what happened too was that at that time, I skipped ahead, but so me and Keith formed the group, and Keith was helping me, showing me little techniques of how to write, because I wasn't a rhyme writer, So he was helping me out, and we started doing things, and Keyboard Money Mike was producing us. But what happened was the rap sound was changing from that more commercial gimmicky thing, like the little commercial jingles in the songs. That was, for y'all young cats, y'all don't know what that is, but the older people know. They was putting commercial jingles in songs, and that was big at one time. But that era was ending. Marley Marl had dropped with MC Shan, The Bridge. And so the street sound was coming back. And Keyboard Money Mike, he was a talented R&B producer. So everything he would do, he liked to show his full talent, which was very musical. So Keith became frustrated with that. And myself, we kept telling him, yo, da-da-da. So Keith said, you're going to have to start doing the beats, Ced. So at this time, when I decided to get into it, my brother and we stepped up the lab, the house lab, because it was me and my brother's room. So he went and got this, some silver wallpaper. He put the silver wallpaper up on the wall. So now, it was like a hood experience, the Ultra Lab, because that's what it became. Because then after that, I went and got my first drum machine. It was a little cheap, no MIDI, no SMPTE drum machine, but it had funky sounds in it. It was called the Dr. Rhythm, Dr. Boss. Some producers know how that machine is. So we had the Dr. Rhythm, and me and Keith did our first hardcore demo, which was called Make You Shake. And you can find that on the Aaron Fuchs Basement tape. And that basically launched the Ultra Lab, Mo Love's turntables, my Dr. Rhythm, my brother's Juno 707, his TR 707, and of course his 4-track. That's a little background history on myself, Ultramagnetic, BDP. It all started in the projects in the Bronx. And like I said, many came through that historical landmark area. I just want to thank y'all for letting me get this out today. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to say peace and love to everybody. One. And if you want to get in contact with me with any kind of business matter, you can hit me up on IG. That's the.real.official.CedGee. Once again, that's the.real.official.CedGee. For some people, that dot is a period, of course, So that would be the period, real period, official period, CedGee. So other than that, as we know, Delta 5 is out, doing damage. So check that out too. And Delta 4, it'll be kind of cool if you get Delta 4. You can find that on a breakbeat album I did like last year called The Future of the Breaks, and you can get that on Bandcamp. But other than that, once again, peace.
DJ K-Wiz, hold me down, baby.